Good morning, everyone. It is Throat Punch Thursday, October 13th. This morning we are watching on CPI data and jobless claims. We'll also have a Treasury statement at 2. Not really a big deal. No Fed speakers today. What? Craziness, I tell you. Of course, we've certainly had enough of those over the last several days. I say that, but let me check this other schedule real quick. Yeah, no, none. Wow. Who knew? All right, so a day without any Fed speakers. We do have a couple of those tomorrow, but all eyes on CPI and jobless claims this morning. UK officials just came out about 5 minutes or so ago, and they are actually taking another look at Liz Truss's tax cut plan. This is causing the pound to surge, the dollar to drop, which is then good for our market. So that's what we have. Okay. You can see here that we actually have almost an engulfing candle there if we pop up just a little bit more, but this is what it looked like on the 5 minute when that news came out. Popped right up. Okay, so I guess it was about 15 minutes ago, right? Setting in a new flag. But again, all eyes on CPI data. This might give us a nice little boost if CPI is hotter than expected, because then, of course, our markets will turn around and go down. Now, I say that because yesterday we saw PPI came out. And although we took a dip down, for the most part, we kind of settled in during the day. We had FOMC minutes, nothing much there. We ended up closing down a bit, but we were up a fair amount at one point. So there you go. All eyes on upcoming news and then the reaction to it. So no new trades out today. We'll say this: if the dollar, the U.S. dollar, the strength in the dollar continues to go down today, you would want to be looking at some growth type stocks and the Qs. So names that are in the QQQ would most likely take a very nice move on that. And then don't forget bank earnings. Oh my goodness, right? So this afternoon, you can always go to earningswhispers.com. I'll show you what this looks like. And if you want to know, I always just go to the calendar and it'll tell me. So we did have TSM report this morning. It'll tell me who's reporting. We had Walgreens Boots. I actually did see that one as it came out, and then it'll show you. Here. There we go. Tomorrow morning, we have JPM, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, PNC, United Health, not a bank, U.S. Bank Corp, and First Republic Bank. So a lot of banks tomorrow morning before the bell. So again, taking anything overnight, just be sure to know that this volatility is waiting out there for us going into tomorrow. So the other thing, let's say you need to know when something is going to report, right? You come into earnings season, if you get into something, if one person says, well, I didn't know when they were going to report, well, then you probably didn't check. So you know what? Shame on you. Yes, that sounds harsh, but we've been doing this long enough that you should know that every quarter companies report, and especially any larger company, it's going to be listed right here on Earnings Whispers. You type it in. If it gives a check mark, that means that it has been confirmed. That is the day it will report. If you type something in that doesn't have a confirm, has this this slash here, this dash sign, this means it's not confirmed. Go to the website of the company, go to Investor Relations, and when in doubt, stay out. There you go. Okay, so I just chose NEO because I knew that they had already reported and that they wouldn't have a new date yet. So there you go. Check it out. Be sure to always know when earnings are. If you get caught in earnings, well, I'm telling you, that's not an accident. So there you go. I will say this, we have had, and I thought it was really odd, NVIDIA actually reported their earnings early in the day. They reported before the close of the bell. That was very odd. So in that case, I would certainly give you a pass if you said I didn't expect it, because they weren't expected to report until after. So, okay, I got you on that one. Okay, anyway, what am I watching for today? Honestly, just momentum trades. I would look at trades, like I said, if we kind of keep this momentum up that we have going right now, looking at growth stocks, things in the Qs, a little bit more risk on, but as just a day trade, play them off of an opening range break, whether it's a 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, You know, take the opening range break, but make sure that you have a stop. Maybe it's VWAP, maybe it's the 20, maybe it's the opening range itself. Understood? Take those and then get out if it goes below your stop. Don't make an argument to stay in it. If you have a confirmed candle close below that stop, then hey, get out and don't take it overnight unless you're willing to risk any news that comes out from the banks. We know that Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan in particular has been incredibly bearish. And he came out, he was last week, yeah, it no, or maybe Monday, I don't know, where he said that he thought the market could drop another 20%. So, right, those kind of comments are probably going to filter through on their earnings report and probably not make people very happy. Okay, that is it for me here this morning. Super short, super sweet, keeping it very simple with all the volatility. Real quick look at oil. Oil was moving up just a little bit. Still a really pretty bull flag, by the way. So keep an eye on that. And gold, putting in a higher low. Like the look of this here up over the 8. We've used the 20, so those are two areas too that you might want to take a look at. Okay, that is it for me here this morning. If you have any questions, Heather C. at GivingTreeTrading.com.